Barcelona want to sign 2 Arsenal players in final weeks of the window. Barcelona have included 2 Arsenal stars on their shortlist of players to sign in the final weeks of the summer transfer window. Barcelona's pursuit of Julian Alvarez has dominated their search for a new striker this summer, but Atletico Madrid continued to resist the Catalan club's efforts to sign the Argentina international. Alvarez has reportedly made clear that he wants to join Barcelona, describing the move as a dream. However, Atletico chief executive Miguel Angel Gil Marin has maintained that the 26-year-old is not for sale, even if Barcelona were to offer €200 million. The situation has now reached another stage, with Atletico coach Diego Simeone confirming that Alvarez will not start their La Liga opener against Malaga. The striker has returned to training but remains at the center of the ongoing transfer uncertainty. Spanish journalist Gerard Romero has reportedly named several forwards under consideration, including Arsenal duo Victor Gyökeres and Gabriel Jesus. Gyökeres is arguably the most significant name for Arsenal supporters. Barcelona are considering the Sweden international as an alternative to Alvarez, despite the striker only joining Arsenal last summer. The 28-year-old became Arsenal's main center forward during the 2025-26 season and finished as the club's leading scorer in the Premier League. His situation has nevertheless attracted transfer speculation, with reports suggesting Barcelona could explore a move before the window closes. Jesus has also emerged on Barcelona's reported list of alternatives. Unlike Gyökeres, the Brazilian is approaching the final year of his Arsenal contract and has faced uncertainty over his role at the Emirates. However, Mikel Arteta said this week that Jesus remains an important player for Arsenal after the forward was left out of the squad for the Community Shield. Barcelona's other reported alternatives include Lautaro Martinez, Luis Javier Suarez, Georges Mikitadze, Nicolo Tresoldi, and Nicholas Jackson. Their interest in Gyökeres and Jesus therefore forms part of a wider search for a replacement following the departure of Robert Lewandowski. Arsenal's stance on selling Victor Gyökeres to Barcelona with Julian Alvarez transfer wanted Barcelona have been linked with the shock swoop for Arsenal striker Victor Gyökeres in recent days. Arsenal are currently expected to keep striker Victor Gyökeres, despite recent transfer links with Barcelona. The Catalan giants are believed to be exploring the market for Julian Alvarez alternatives after losing hope in their pursuit of the Atletico Madrid attacker, who remains a player of interest to the Premier League champions. In recent days, Gyökeres' name has frequently cropped up in the Spanish media, suggesting he is firmly on Barca's radar. However, this close to the new season, Arsenal have had no active discussions with Barcelona about a transfer. Gyökeres was their top goalscorer last season with 21 goals in all competitions and became the first Arsenal player to net 20 or more times in all competitions in his first season at the club since Alexis Sanchez back in 2014-15-25. Selling him now would not make sense, unless he actively told the Gunners he was keen to seal a transfer elsewhere. Furthermore, Barcelona are yet to contact Arsenal, so at this stage, all talk of a deal is merely speculation. It would take a huge offer plus progress on a replacement or even upgrade to alter Mikel Arteta's side's thinking, given Gyökeres is considered a key player in North London. Arsenal hold a long-standing interest in Atletico's Alvarez, and there's a sense they could move for the player if they receive encouragement that Atleti would be willing to do business. But so far, the signals point towards Alvarez staying put. He has been back in training for over a week, and there have been next to no developments regarding his future. Doubts also remain about whether the 26-year-old would be willing to return to the Premier League, which he already won twice with Manchester City, as he has his heart set on a switch to Barcelona. The Gunners have also been linked with Galatasaray frontman Victor Osimhen, whose name was mentioned during discussions for Gabriel Martinelli and Ethan Nwaneri. There has been little movement on that front, however, as Galatasaray are not actively trying to sell the Nigerian and has reportedly already turned down a massive offer from Al Hilal for the 27-year-old. Arsenal remain open to strengthening their attack, but only if the right deal presents itself. As seen with Vinicius Jr., sometimes a transfer is ultimately dictated by matters beyond your control. That's why, with just a few weeks left of the window, it's difficult to envisage Gyökeres departing Arsenal, given all signs presented throughout the summer are that he'll be staying put.